What's holding you back? Holding you back from touching the sky? What's holding you back? You gotta fly like an eagle and go high. What's holding you back? Holding you back from touching the sky? Oh, holding you back. You finally gotta reach for the sky. I was born to succeed, not to be a spoken or real. Told myself there's more to this than just waking up when I feel. So I made a commitment to turn my earnings up. Couldn't see myself as an employee that still couldn't. Looked in the mirror, saw a spark in my eye. Knew I had to hustle and stop living a lie. I packed my dreams in a suitcase, took the first train out, headed for the horizon where success is no doubt. What's holding you back? Holding you back from touching the sky? What's holding you back? You gotta fly like an eagle and go high. What's holding you back? Holding you back from touching the sky? Oh, holding you back. You finally gotta reach for the sky.
Greetings and welcome to another edition of What's Holding You Back. My name is Rob McCray from the Business Building Network, and we are awaiting the arrival of our wonderful co-host, and she is none other than Christine Allen from Clear Ambitions, and she will be with us momentarily. But we are so excited for the program that is going to be coming before you this afternoon, this evening, this morning, depending on where in the world you are watching us from. We are so excited to have you with us, and we look forward to having a fabulous discussion this afternoon, as we're going to be talking about how do you find that place that brings you joy. And it is very important that we are able to identify where that place is for us and be able to get there whenever we feel like we're a little down in our spirits and we're not in the right emotional or mental state. We need to get back to our original square so that we can be our most impactful and meaningful self. So stay tuned as we're going to get into that conversation in just a few minutes. But before we do, we just would like to give a brief recap of the broadcast from last week, where we had on my brother Philip Reed, Dr. Philip Reed from the Phoenix National Network, and he does some marketing as well. And he talked about being able to create websites for business owners, and also he was sharing some experiences with setting up a podcast and how to take the necessary steps to get yourself out there and get you in front of the audience that is looking for the kind of information in which you are sharing. So if you missed that broadcast, please go back to our YouTube channels, either Christine's YouTube channel, which is Clear Ambitions, or my YouTube channel, which is Rob McCray Networking, and review that video for yourself. It was very interesting, and it had a lot of useful information that I'm quite sure that you will find very meaningful. So as you are jumping on board with us this afternoon, please leave us a comment in the chat. We would love to acknowledge you and welcome you to the broadcast, as we have my sister, Yvette Bolden from Bold Nutrition Consulting. She has joined us. So blessings, my sis. Always a great pleasure to have you with us. So thank you so much. And we also have my pastor, the one and only Pastor Fred Pinnock. God bless you, sir. Always a great pleasure to have you with us, man of God. So thank you so much. And we're just looking forward to a very meaningful and wonderful conversation this afternoon. All right. So as we customarily do, we always like to get into a inspirational quote that is going to evolve around the topic of discussion for this particular day. And as mentioned previously, our discussion today is finding that that place in which you can find joy. Bring back that joy in your life whenever your spirits are a little down and you're not feeling your absolute best. We want to be able to identify that place, that space, those individuals that you need to surround yourself with to bring you back and put you in the right mental state, the state in which you want to be. Oh, wow. Vern, where you been, Vern? Oh, we missed you so much. Yes, that's my sister, Laverne McGinnis from Vern's. Yeah, she's the best. She is the best. So good to see you, Vern. It's been a while, but yes, I know you've been very busy, but we're going to catch up soon. All right. Yes, sis. So good to have you with us as well. So as you're jumping on board, please just leave us a comment. We would love to welcome you and be a part of the broadcast this afternoon. So let's get into our inspirational quotes for this afternoon. And the first one states we're going to have two quotes. Well, not two quotes, but two messages. The first one is a quote. The other one is just going to be some information that we're going to share on getting into that place of joy for you. All right. So your inner peace, your inner peace begins the moment you choose not to allow another person or event to control your emotions. And that is so important. You know, a lot of times we allow people or things that happen in life, situations that occur that really alter our mental state, and it just takes us in a whirlwind of emotions, and that can really take us to a bad place if we just react upon our emotions and we are not in control. We have to have self-control and be aware of the situation surrounding us and make sure that we don't let these emotions get the best of us. So yes, it is very important that we have that inner peace. We know how to meditate, how to pray, and get to that place in which we need to be and get back to our original square and find our true foundation and get our balance back, and not just be thrown off kilter. So that is the inspirational quote. So here we're going to go over some little fine points. These are the 7 key sources of happiness, how to find that happiness in which we are looking for. So the first one is getting into a flow, getting into that rhythm, that state of being of where you're feeling comfortable at and where you're really, you have that vibe going and you know how to, you're moving about and you're really getting a good feel and you're building momentum and you're getting yourself in a place in which you're most comfortable, right? And also living your values. What are those things that you truly believe in? Don't go below your standards in which you have set for yourself. You know, if you have high morals and high standards, then you make other people rise up to those standards. Don't you come down and come down to the standards of others, because then you're going to have great regrets and then you're just going to be kicking yourself because of that, right? So you also need to have mindfulness. Be aware of your surroundings, what's going on around you, and what's going on within your inner self, right? When it goes back to the previous quote, talking about that inner peace, you have to find that inner peace for yourself to ensure that you are grounded and you know how to get yourself back on track. Another thing is personal growth. Life is a daily learning process, and it's always going to be some type of growth and development in this life in which we are living. So this is just a part of the journey. So we should always look forward to challenging ourselves and growing from our daily experiences. Another thing here, positive relations. It is so important that you have a circumference, a circle of positive people that are going to feed into you, that are going to encourage you, and they're going to show you, the steps that you need to be taking if you don't know for yourself, how to, put yourself in a better place, in a better light. Keep yourself grounded, but at the same time, staying motivated to want more, to have more. And when you surround yourself with people that are positive minded and they are, very high driven to excel and accomplish great things in life, it's only going to make you elevate yourself and go to a higher level because you want to they have set the standard and now you want to reach that standard as well. So you just want to surround yourself with those type of individuals who are going to have a great influence and impact on your life. All right. And self-acceptance, accept yourself for who you are. Don't try to fit in or be like anybody else. God made you to be the perfect vessel that you are. So just accept that and love the fact that who you are and what you represent, right? Own it. That is you. That is what God created you for. We all have a different purpose in life. But once we identify what our true purpose is in life and we start to live towards achieving that, that's when life really starts to begin for us. And we start to appreciate it so much more. And the last one, like we just talked about, having that purpose in life, that drive. What wakes you up in the morning? What inspires you to get through the day? It's having a purpose, knowing that there is something more that you are supposed to achieve. What is God's purpose for you in this life? You have great purpose. The only question is, have you identified what your true calling and your true purpose is? So, coming before us, we have our very own Christine Allen from Clear Ambitions. Blessings, sis.
Thank you. Thank you, Rob. It is a really nice Wednesday. Really nice
Yes.
Wednesday. Yes. It's about 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Hmm.
And pull over and say, let me join in what's holding you back. Because nothing's going to hold me back from this broadcast. Okay.
You must. Yes.
So, what are we engaged in? So, get me up to speed.
Okay. So, yeah, we're just talking about finding that place of joy. Whenever you feel a little downtrodden or you're not your true self, you
Mm,
know you're in a rut a little bit. You know that
mm-hmm,
you're off kilter. Something you're going through, something that happened in your life, something that happened in your surroundings. But you have to be
mm-hmm.
able to find that place of joy to bring you back and say, yes, I once was down, but now I'm back.
That is hopefully that I would say that I hope and I pray that for most people that are listening, it's a
Mm,
foreign feeling, meaning it's not a familiar feeling of that cloud,
yeah.
and it's like a cloak, a cloud over your head. I recently went through that, and it's like, what is this? And so you kind of like pull all the mantras and the motivational what do you call them, affirmations,
Uh,
right? And
right.
kind of pull them out and look in the mirror and do the rah rah thing, but sometimes it doesn't work. To be frank,
Yeah. Yes.
it doesn't work.
Mhm.
And someone once said you just have to own it, own your feelings. This is how I'm feeling now. This too shall pass.
There it is.
This
There it.
too.
This too shall pass. Blessing.
Mhm.
Trinice, bless you, my sis. So good to have you with us. How's the weather down there in North Carolina? My sister recently moved down there. So
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
have you with us? Yes, yes, yes. So yeah,
Yeah.
this is a very interesting conversation, Christine. And
Mhm.
like you said, we hope that it is not a familiar place, but
Mhm.
in life, things happen. We're going to
Mhm.
go through those dry spells, those dry periods, those times
Right.
in we're not at our best,
Right.
going
Right.
through something or something has happened in life. It's a part of it. But we have to be able to come out of that dark place, that shell, that place that is where you, like you said, where there's a cloud hovering over us. How do
Mhm.
we move away from that cloud and find that sunshine that can reinvigorate us and bring us back? You know?
Wow. And that's
Yeah.
why I love these conversations because I'm like, okay, when when that cloud is in your skin, you can't walk away from it.
That's right.
You
That's
can't
right.
walk away from it. And I really, my heart goes out to folks that are clinically depressed. Some
Yes.
folks, yeah, it's a chemical imbalance. There are studies, that show that the medication is not the best, but how it's probably next to painful to be in that mindset all the time, especially if it's medical. So,
Yes.
these comments and this conversation do respect for those who are truly going through a medical, a chemical imbalance, and it does affect the hormones. It's a bona fide, um, yeah, it's a bona fide reality that the hormones, and happens in men as well. Yeah, there's, I think menopause in men is andropause or something like that. Someone in the chat, Google it, fact check. What is the equivalent of men going through menopause and as andropause? But nevertheless, you're saying about how do you get out of that cloud? So all things being equal, if you don't have, a medical condition that you're prone to, and you just find, the blues got you, and it's in your skin. You go over
Yeah.
here, it's still there. You go over there, it's still there. Trying to run it out. Um, I'm, I'm thinking how I just think of a new challenge.
Hmm.
So it's distraction works.
Okay.
Distraction works for me. I got a couple more pages to write in my book,
Hmm.
or it's something else. And what really helps is I always try and see, okay, who needs my help?
Okay.
And so it's funny because it's a balance between not burying it, if because it's going to resurface again, whatever the root cause
Hmm.
is, but for that time being, just to breathe, or get out of it, helping someone else or calling someone, and offering to, hey, I can babysit you guys going out.
Right. Right. Right.
I used to do that a lot. Yeah, if I know, especially newlyweds or couples that just have babies,
Hmm.
6 months in, and they don't even remember each other's names. Yeah. So that's one thing I do. I try to reach out to someone else and try to help, and that kind of shakes things up a little bit. But
Yeah.
definitely, if you're in a rut, uh, and you have an EAP or employee assistance program, if you're at work,
Hmm.
they have awesome, awesome, 1-800 numbers that work for that 1 hour, and just walk you through. Um, yeah, walk you through why you're feeling this way. Sometimes our options are right in front of us, and
That's right. Yeah.
you can't see it.
Here you
Yeah,
go. All right.
yeah.
So let's ask our viewing audience. All right. So how do you find that place of joy? Do you do that by being in the presence of others? Do you find that by accomplishing goals? Do you find that from listening to music? Do you find
That's
that from, yeah,
yeah.
going on a vacation? Do you go on a shopping spree?
Mm,
Do you get it from exercising, taking a walk, a vigorous walk. What is it? What triggers are there for you that can bring forth that joy back into your life, that can get you out of that place in which you were in?
Well, you hit the nail on the head for me. I'm gonna go for dancing. So I put on an old school video and try to get the moves right. Well, that's a huge distraction. Yeah.
I can
Any,
see it now.
oh yeah. Any ladies in the chat ever try to follow a Rhythm Nation? Oh my goodness. Gotta
That
be
is,
off things.
okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, music definitely does it for me. And another thing that really did it for me, I'm gonna share a slide on the screen. This was the happiest moment in my life, I would say.
Oh wow.
And
Oh,
whenever I'm, feeling a little down and out, I can always mentally take myself back to this place in time. And this
okay.
in 1988 of our high school football team. And a little backstory on this. So our team stuck together from freshman year. This picture is our senior year. So previously, from our high school, Irvington High School in Irvington, New Jersey, we were coming off like two previous seasons where we had not won a football game in 2 years, right? So by the time we were juniors, we won a couple of games. By the time we got to be seniors, the team still stuck together. We had a very good team. And it just so happened, well, we were playing the number one team in the state, which was Union High School in Union, New Jersey. They were perennial state powers and one of the best teams in the entire country.
Wow.
So normally when we played them, we would get blown out like 40, 50 or 60 to nothing. They would always just beat the brakes off of us. But this year, we actually beat them in that game. And it was the most gratifying feeling. I mean, it was just an unbelievable experience. The euphoria. It was like I was so excited, and the rest of my teammates as well, because I've seen them. We were so excited, but we didn't know what to do.
Oh man, out of body experience.
Looking around each other, jumping up and down, like, okay, so how do we celebrate this?
Yeah.
But yeah, it was the
Oh.
greatest, the
So where
greatest
were you?
moment.
Where are you in that picture? Where are you in that picture?
I am number 30. So you see the guy laying down, number 32. I'm right beside him on the right.
Behind him?
Yes.
You're
Can you,
behind. Okay.
yeah. I'm number 30. You
You're
can see
number
a zero
30.
on my jersey. You just can't make out the three.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got your fist up in the air. Yeah, power.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
up. Yeah, yeah. That's great. I
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
Let's
But
do that
yeah.
challenge.
Hmm.
Let's do that challenge. You were saying something, sorry.
No, I was saying, you just have to go back in time to that place that brought you that greatest joy in your life.
That's awesome.
If you can just find that space,
Mm-hmm.
you're feeling a little down and out, go back into that time and it just, be still for a minute, take you back.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. That's great, Rob.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
so let's put that challenge out to our viewers. Is
Yes,
Somebody
definitely.
with a picture like that. That's awesome.
Hmm.
You
Just
know?
what was that most joyous occasion in your life? What does that look like for you? Where were you at?
Mm.
What year was it? What was the aroma in the air? All I could smell, I remember just smelling like fresh cut grass.
Okay.
Yeah. So whenever I smell fresh cut grass, it takes me back to that moment.
Wow.
It was just like, yeah, it was just the greatest feeling.
Mm.
The funniest thing that we just didn't know what to do.
You can believe it.
Right, right, right. Yeah. It was
That's
like
awesome.
unbelievable. But yeah, it was
Wow.
truly a wonderful experience.
A lot
Blessings,
of me.
blessings, Sister Jackie. I think that's Jackie Jameson.
Oh, okay.
Blessings, sis. Yes, good to have you with us nonetheless.
So
Uh,
nice.
so yes, we're just talking about finding that place of joy,
Hmm.
in which we always need to be able to identify whenever we're a little down and out and down in our spirits.
Down in our spirits.
Christine, in saying that as well, a couple of years back, well, when my mom's passed,
Mm.
that was the worst time of my life. And
Sorry.
those same brothers that you saw here in this picture,
Mm.
they were the ones that we all got together. We went out to a park.
Mhm.
We just had some food, cracked jokes on one another. Brought me back. It brought
Wow.
I was in a dark, dark place, but they
My,
brought
that's
just,
awesome.
just having them around me,
Hmm.
you know, telling jokes about each other, and just that did it. That did it. Yeah. So yeah,
Yeah.
grateful for them.
Yeah.
Always, always.
Part of a sports team is so important.
Oh yeah.
If like being a part of a band or just having that connection, the human connection.
Yes.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Powerful.
That's
Very.
really nice. Okay.
Sister Jody, blessings, my sis. How are you? So Christine, do you want to share your happiest moment or one of your happiest moments in your life?
Well, I have to go dig in the crates,
Hmm.
so we'll be back.
Are you gonna take it there?
Go dig in the crates. Um,
Okay.
well, it was a moment that I felt really loved,
Hmm.
and that was the time when I opened my Christmas present and saw that my dad brought me a black doll.
Oh, you told me that. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, and he drove all the way from Canada to Detroit because they didn't sell black dolls back in the 70s.
Wow.
Yeah, so that was I felt like wow. Um, and one of the moments I cherish also the first time I learned to ride a bike. And I
Okay.
didn't.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, yeah. So I
Yeah.
learned to ride a bike and that feeling of riding the bike and
Yep.
just being independent.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. 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 You did the unthinkable. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I like to ride the bike. And that's yeah, those are two of the
That's,
most memorable moments there.
uh,
Yeah.
I mean, your father drove all the way from Canada to the States just to get you a doll for Christmas. How
Yeah, myself and my sister, yeah.
how special is that? Yeah.
Yeah. He
Yeah.
was very serious that you have to love yourself.
That's right.
So you see whatever you're thinking about in your weddings and you're playing dollies,
Mm,
dollhouse, you gotta have people that look like you
that's right.
as a reflection. So yeah.
Yep. Hmm.
Hmm.
Wow. That's awesome, sis. Love it. Love it. Love it. Yes. So, our viewing and listening audience, anyone want to share one of their happiest moments? Please type it in the chat. We would love to read it out and enjoy that moment with you as well as we reminisce just a little
Um,
bit here on what's holding you back.
this
Please.
is such a meaningful conversation. I really appreciate it because, coming to Well, for those who are coming in, we're speaking about when you're in that dark place, when you're that cloud of not woe is me, but just a damp,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
Especially when you reach a certain age, you're like, okay, what am I doing? How many more summers do I have left?
Right.
Right? You start counting by summers, so that's that summer, the sun, the morning time. So what brings you joy? You know,
Yeah.
there's always those who have a deep connection with God. The
Mm.
scriptures always do it. There's many scriptures we can quote about joy
Yeah.
and the promises and so forth. And I think that that's important
It is.
outside of of your connection with God. Your connection with yourself is very important as well. So we spoke about, again, I'm just doing a recap on. We spoke about having, you Rob, you said how you get away from the cloud. And I'm like, well, when it's under your skin, good luck. you know,
Right. It's
well,
coming with you.
you don't know where it's coming from. So,
Yeah.
how do you distract yourself, and how do you get out of that? Aside from, a lot of people self medicate because they're sad. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
yeah,
So that's why it's very important that we be able to identify where that place of joy is and try to get there so we can come out of that emotional negative state.
Mm. And
As,
not depend on anyone else to do it for you.
no, you
Yeah,
can't.
that's a
You can,
huge mistake I made
yeah.
over you. So that was, I don't know. So I don't know if I'm alone, but I made that mistake. I think, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Um, Wrapped up your joy, your satisfaction, your approval. I think we touched on this before. The need
Yep.
to the disease to please kind of thing, and where that's coming from. But a lot of that, you crash into the cloud
That's right.
when you depend on others for your
Mm-hmm.
joy. So what makes you smile? What makes you happy? That picture is great,
Mm-hmm.
right? And yeah, I think that's really good. And a lot of it will hold you back. A lot of this will hold you back because a lot of people, we want to do it, but you don't know how to do it, or you, and deep down you walk around with a cloud because you don't believe you can do it. And I bet you, seeing that picture has motivated you to do all your business building.
Yeah.
You can do it. You're chasing after that
Yes.
win, right?
Yeah.
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 Yeah, it's awesome.
Mm-hmm. Blessing, Sister Joan, aka ACAN Healthcare, known as Caregiver Referral Services. My sister Joan,
Oh,
says, so good to have you with us.
nice.
Yeah, yeah. So, yeah, we're just
Mhm.
about to wrap up the conversation here, talking about finding that place that brings you joy. Wow.
Absolutely. I do have a client appointment, which
Okay.
is great for those who are entrepreneurs, solopreneurs. Yes, you know what I'm talking about,
Mm-hmm.
right? So I just wish everyone the joy, the joy beyond understanding. Um, and Craig is saying, excellent topic. One of my best moments was when I realized I made the varsity basketball team.
Wow.
This
Yeah.
gave me a huge lift.
My brother Craig Gardner. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah.
Oh, was
Yeah.
it you went to the billboard and you had to look down the list because there wasn't any digital, there's no notifications. You had to actually go and see your name written on a paper on the list. One of those?
Some of them do it like that. Yeah. Maybe. Maybe.
Yeah, that's a great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah. And that is a great accomplishment in itself. And yeah, it
Yeah,
does wonders for your confidence and, just gives you that assurance like, yes,
very competitive.
I did it.
That's good.
Next step. Hmm.
Next,
Next step. Yes. All right. So, Christine, anything you want to share before we close out for today?
no, the great topic. Bring a friend next week to What's Holding You Back every Wednesday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It is you time. So this conversation doesn't stop here. Go ahead and ask someone what's their moment
Hmm.
that they reflect on to bring them out of that rut, right?
Yes.
The
Let
ray of sunshine in a cloud.
me go. I've got sunshine
Oh
one
my goodness.
day. when it's cold outside.
Oh,
I've got the month of May.
go on, Rob. All right, serenade us out into
Yeah.
the
Oh,
outro. Yes.
Sister Jody got one. All right, here we go. Here we go. Happiest moment is when I used to spend time with my mom. Okay.
Mhm.
Islands. Oh wow.
Oh,
As,
that's so nice.
oh wow. Nice.
Awesome.
Nice. So yes. Wow. The Cayman Islands. You ever been to the Cayman Islands, Christine?
No.
No, me neither. Yeah.
Mhm.
I
I
heard
heard
it is
it's
beautiful. But yeah. Love that, Sister Jody. Thank you so much for sharing. And of course, her mom is with us as well.
uh-huh.
Okay, mom is sharing as well. Okay. Here we go. One of my greatest moments is when I bought my home and moved in. Okay, so happy. No more. I had to set any more.
Oh, didn't have to set any more buckets when
Oh
the clouds set up and rain began to fall. Oh, bless your heart.
yes,
Oh, what an
yes.
industrious woman.
Wow,
Yes.
love it. Sister Jackie Jamison, yes, got the house. All right. Bless you, my sis, and thank you so much for sharing. Wow, love this. Love this. Love this.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone else want to share before we close out? Uh-oh. 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 We got Pastor Fred now. Okay, Pastor Fred says, one of my happiest moments is when I proposed to my wife and she said, what? She
Oh,
yes.
yes.
Ah, love it, Pastor. Love it, love it, love it. Pastor Fred and Evangelist Doreen Pinnock. God bless you both. Yeah,
Beautiful couple.
yeah, beautiful couple. Yes. Thank you so much for sharing.
It's
Amen.
awesome.
Amen. Bless the Lord. Yes. Oh,
Yeah.
oh, wow. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. This is good. This is good.
So next week on What's Holding You Back,
Mm-hmm.
we see each other at 6 p.m. and we'll do it all over again. Inspirational. Yes, inspirational. Just after 6:30 here, and we are talking about the happiest moments. And
Mm-hmm.
want to see Rob in his full gear as a football star. Watch the replay.
Done.
Watch the replay.
Yes. Yeah, that's all we can do now is watch the replay. And Sister Jones says her happiest moment is when I met the Lord. Amen.
Oh,
Amen.
amen. That one, yes,
Yeah,
big amen on that one.
yes, indeed. All right, family. So, with that being said, we're going to wrap things up for this evening. But we thank you so much for sharing your greatest moments and greatest
Mm,
happiest experiences. We just love the interaction. And Christine, we thank you for sharing your story of how your father made that great sacrifice to drive many miles and into a different country just to get you a doll, so you can have a very merry and happy Christmas. So that is truly a great inspiration. So on behalf of Christine Allen from Clear Ambitions, my name is Rob McCray from the Business Building Network. And please, if you have not already done so, please subscribe to both of our YouTube channels. Christine's channel is Clear Ambitions,
mm.
and my YouTube channel is Rob McCray Networking. So, once again, we thank you all for watching and look forward to seeing you next week on the next edition of What's Holding You Back.
We'll see you next week.
Stumbling blocks and naysayers fade. When you burn with passion, won't be swayed. Every mountain, every mile, cover them all with a smile. What's holding you back? Holding you back from touching the sky. What's holding you back? You gotta fly like an eagle and go high.